Welcome everybody to another episode of Dissect. Of course, like most of you guys probably know, this is the last episode for this season until we come back next season in October and bring you what we call season two of Dissect, which is looking to be very, very excited, by the way. And yeah, but today we do have well, you know what? We have a few special guests with me today. But first, let's bring back one of our hosts, Nika. What's up, Nika?
Hi. Hi,
How's
everybody.
and we seem to be frozen for some reason, but I'm pretty sure everybody can hear us. So how you, Nika? How you been? It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a while.
yeah,
It
yeah.
has been.
Well, your internet seems to be doing better.
Fine.
Your
Yeah, it's
internet
been doing better. Yes.
better than mine for sure, because I'm still frozen.
Well, I'm still going.
So of course we don't have our other host with us today, which is it's all good, but we do have the man Kaza with us today. He's in the building, Mr. Kaza. Good evening, and your mic is muted, sir. I don't know what's going on with Kaza. Kaza, everybody's frozen. What's going on?
My apologies. Am I unmuted now?
Yeah, you're unmuted.
Yes, you are.
Greetings and salutations once again. Nice to be back on Dissect. Co-hosting with the man Novelist and Nika, lovely Nika. Have a wonderful guest for you all this evening. So we hope to get into it. Hope to get into a lot of good vibes with you all for the last show here of the first season.
Yeah, for sure. And since we're talking about guest for the evening, we might as well bring her in on the screen, right? Welcome, Miss Dublin, Jody Dublin, with us, ladies and
Hi.
gentlemen. What's going on,
Greetings,
Jody?
greetings. How you doing?
Good. Working hard as usual.
Ye-
For sure, for sure.
So I see you're working extremely hard.
Yep. I'm on a construction project right now.
Oh
Cleaning.
my God.
Construction,
So
as
I
in
just
you're
wrapped this
putting
up
in the
quickly.
nails and everything. You're
No,
putting in the nails and the
we are
screws yourself.
cleaning at the cleaning stage. No.
All right. So the project is finished. You're just cleaning up
Yes.
and all right,
Yes.
nice.
So you know what? Let's get it started. Jody, what we usually do here, we have our guests introduce themselves and let the
Mhm.
nation know who they are. So I
Yeah.
guess that's your cue.
Yes. So my name is Jody Dublin Dangoban. I am from Dominica. I'm from Maho, but living in Massa currently and now moving to Warner. So I am the CEO of JD's Naturals, a civil engineer by profession, so that's my day job.
Right.
And all hours after that, I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I'm a creative mind at heart. So my business really is making all natural hair, skin products. I started off with hair products
Mhm.
and now following my course in advanced organic cosmetic formulation.
Right.
So I've launched a few skincare products as well. And sticking to our Nature Island brand in Dominica, I ensure that my business is sustainable. So we use from the earth, we return to the earth in a sustainable fashion. We use herbs, we use essential oils, but we ensure that we don't use anything that's harmful to our bodies nor to the environment. So in essence, that's what my business is about. I tend to look for products that really help my clients. So it's not just off a whim. I actually look into the needs of people in terms of skincare. A lot of people are complaining about dark spots. So I make sure I create stuff to help them in that regard.
Mhm.
And yes, that's it.
That's quite interesting. So you went to school for civic engineering.
That's what I
Yes.
was hearing. That's what I was hearing. That just kind
Yeah.
of wow.
Okay.
That kind of blew me away. How did how does a how does somebody who studied or I guess mastered civic engineering even
Yeah.
kind of how did you make that
Um,
transition? That's impressive, by the way. I'm pretty sure a lot of people out there watching are like,
yes.
wait, you started in like, so wait, serious?
So the
Nice,
thing
nice.
is, well, that was always my dream. I didn't want like a day job where I have to be sitting in the office crunching numbers or just typing away. I wanted something where I could go out in the field, interact with different people. And so I really gravitated towards an engineering degree.
Hmm.
However, working on the field a lot, I used to be in charge of batching concrete, so mixing concrete. I was out in the sun, I was in dust. I mean, it is a grimy job. So I had relaxed hair at the time, and my hair was always dirty, and I always had to be washing my hair, and my hair started breaking. So I'm like, you know what? I need to cut that out and just try and grow back my natural hair.
Hmm.
And so I did that, but like it was a shock because before then it was my mom who took care of my hair. So I had no
Right.
idea what to do.
Mm.
And to just go and buy natural hair products from the supermarkets cost a fortune. I mean, up to $50, $60 for one item. So I started
Mhm.
researching and looking for different products that I can use. Shea butter was all the crave
Mhm.
back in the day.
Mm.
Right.
So I started using shea butter. So that was one of my first products was a whipped shea butter, and then it just blew up from there. So
You
that's how
started
I started. It
finding,
wasn't really a business idea per se. It was just a personal need that I had.
Right.
Yeah.
So, so you're saying shea butter was the first thing you did for yourself,
Yes. And then my friends wanted,
right?
so I gave them, and then they told their friends or their acquaintances, and people started coming to me. So I sold like from my house at first,
Right.
and then the numbers coming in. I'm like, I really need to get somewhere to put them, and so I go there to get them instead. So that's what I did, and I'm like, hey, I'm making money that way. Why don't I just make this a business? And that's
Of
how it
course.
grew. Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. I'm
Yeah.
still frozen. There's actually some pictures I wanted to pose up. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
I don't know. It's all good. But yeah, I wanted to ask you something about the shea butter. I actually wanted to post a
Mhm.
picture on it. It was a before
Yeah.
and after picture. I think I got on your
Ah.
Facebook.
page. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think that's normal for shea butter to actually grow your hair, is it?
Well, it helps grow your hair. I wouldn't say it grows your hair
Right.
because, I mean, hair growth is a number of factors involved. And so, what it does is really protect your hair from the environment, from the sun, from stripping, maybe from harsh shampoos, etc. Actually, it's a natural UV protectant.
Right.
So it helps in that regard and also as a moisture sealant. So when you moisturize your hair, because of the heaviness and thickness of the butter, it helps to seal in that moisture as well.
Hmm.
So it helps, it prevents your hair from breaking and from damaging. So in that way, it aids in hair growth then.
So it kind of keeping the scalp moist even after your shampoo. So
Yes,
it don't
you're right.
like dry out the scalp or the hair, especially
The
with the type
hair,
of woolen hair we have, which I can
exactly.
confess I used to grow my hair for over 13 years. So
Oh,
just
wow.
hearing you just expound on that, I know exactly what you mean because it took me
Hmm.
time and using a lot of the shampoos wasn't the best for me over the time. So greasing was, vitally important in the process
Yeah,
of keeping it long and strong. So
yeah.
that's brand new. I've never heard of that, but that's very intriguing.
Yeah.
That's really good stuff
Yeah, it's a lot
for
of
sure.
research and trial and testing on different people, but yeah.
And you didn't stop. You didn't stop at the shea butter. As far
No,
as I can see
no,
on your page and like your
no.
Instagram account and stuff, you kept growing.
Mhm.
So what took you from shea butter to the next natural product in line that would come? Because at this
My
point, I guess you're
customers,
helping people, right? So
yeah, so my customers kept asking, well, so you have this butter, then what am I going to use to shampoo my hair? You have to make a shampoo.
mhm.
So because I didn't have that background in formulating as yet, I looked for some recipes online that already existed, and so I tweaked that a bit. So it's a liquid black soap shampoo. So I add in my other oils, essential oils, and some other ingredients for strength and moisture for the hair. And
Hmm.
so the shampoo came about after that. And then after that, well, if the shea butter keeps in moisture, what do I use to moisturize my hair? And so I came up with a leave-in conditioner for the hair, daily leave-in conditioner that you can use. Yeah, so
You came
That
up with the
that
formula.
yes, yes. So it's unique to my business.
Oh,
that is such a simple like thing that is turned into all this, like your
Yeah.
hair dry doing construction. I gotta fix that. And now you have a business out of it. That is amazing.
Yeah.
That is amazing.
2021, we technically kind of call that superwoman. Shh.
No, bro, like
Absolutely.
we haven't even gotten into the other things that she's involved in.
We're
And
getting there. We're getting there.
talking
This is
about
exciting. Yeah, we're getting there.
Right. Do
but
you also provide products for mixed hair people?
So the thing is, everybody has especially our type of hair. It's
Yes.
so different, especially on one head of hair, because at the back of my hair is finer, softer. In the middle is like a whole
Mhm.
totally different person. So it's really hard to cater to a specific type of hair. So
Right.
what I tell people to do is just see how the products work for you, see in with what combination of other products you can use it for your type of hair. So it's not really catered for a specific type, but it would help all types. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yes,
And
my
you
hair has problems with moisturizer at all.
Mm,
And
mhm.
the moment I
We
put it
need to
in,
talk
it's like,
afterwards.
why are you doing this to me? It just doesn't like it.
And then it's cold where you are. That's the other thing. The weather has a lot to
That's just
do.
it too. The
Yeah,
weather is messing up with my hair.
yeah, yeah.
and
That's
you
why
also
I like putting braids a lot, and it just
Hmm.
hurt my scalp way too
Yeah.
much. And you're
Hmm.
not supposed to do that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a struggle. I'm still learning myself.
That's true. And when I was in Canada, I used braids and weaves a lot because
Mm.
I could. I try this here because the weather is just too hot. I feel like I was stifling when I have in weaves or braids
Yes.
here. So yes, yeah.
Yeah, in the summer you're either burning hot and in the winter you're freezing cold out here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I saw you have stuff for men as well, right? I know, like, some of us men, we know, we figure that natural that woman thing. You know what I mean?
No,
But you
no, no.
actually,
I am not. I am not.
No,
I
but
mean,
this is so funny, right? That you should say this because a lot of my customers now are complaining, Jody, my husband, my boyfriend is using up all my product. So up to last week, one of my coworkers, her fiance came in and he was like, Jody, can I have a shea butter real quick? I'm like, okay. She's like, you have to pay for it. Because they use up all the products. They don't buy themselves, but
right.
when their significant other buy it, then they're all up in it. So yeah.
That sounds like a man. Yes,
Yeah.
we don't want to go and buy it to show the, I guess, the feminine side of.
But I think a lot of men love the shea butter because it's really thick. So for those ashy elbows and knees, and
Yes.
Hey,
even those with the
hey,
bald head,
hey.
they use the shea butter a lot. So yeah,
Yeah, I actually like shea butter.
yeah, and the
It's
mask too.
refreshing.
Surprisingly, a lot of men use the mask as well.
Oh yeah.
Face mask, yeah.
I tried that a few times, man, but no, I have beard. It's too much to
Yeah,
take out
yeah.
that thing in my beard. But so yeah, so okay, so we have hair, you have face mask as well. Tell us about that. What goes into the face mask?
Okay, so I won't disclose my full recipe, but
No,
I'll just give you the main ingredients, which
right,
are turmeric. So I use local turmeric from Shore Saver. That's a company here who does powdered turmeric
right,
and clay and two essential oils. So the main ingredients are just those two, and they're powerhouses when I tell you when it comes to oily skin, to blackheads, to detoxifying your skin. I mean, it's a mirror. They are miracle workers. Yeah, so that's the quickest selling product right now. Like it
right.
goes off the shelf, like hot bread and mastiff butter.
And everything is organic.
Yes, yes. So I try to use essential oils, natural oils as much as possible. Even my preservatives, because once you introduce water to a product, you must use a preservative. And so I use natural preservatives, which are more expensive, but I rather use the natural stuff than
Right.
the other.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Of course, yeah. Then it probably does no harm to your skin anyway, right? Because
Right.
it's
Right.
natural, right? Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So as far as as far as the hair products and the face mask, a
Mhm.
skincare product, um, how you do deliver, you do sell stuff to overseas. It's not just Dominica.
Yes, yes. So before COVID hit, I
Mm-hmm.
used to retail internationally. So I had my own Etsy store and I would retail from there. My products went as far as Germany at one point to
All right.
Canada. I have a lot of family in Canada, and so they always want product.
Right.
The States, other Caribbean countries. But right now, the post office has been closed.
Hmm.
And so there are different companies, well, Dominicans in the States who have now opened an online store, Nature Isle Products.
Right.
And so they buy in bulk. I ship up to them. Also, Jolly's Pharmacy does international retail as well. And there's Buy Dominic Online. So these three online platforms I sell internationally. And in St. Lucia, I send via boat
Right.
to a pharmacy there as well. Yeah.
Okay, so no matter where you are, you could
Yeah, you can get.
access, you could actually, you know what, my thing's kind of frozen. I'm trying to put the link at the bottom. I think I'm gonna be frozen the whole show. I apologize. But yeah, I'm just gonna put the link in the bottom there so
Yeah.
people can see it, and you guys can contact her. Go definitely check out the Facebook because um Facebook and the website because there's
Yeah.
a lot of information going on there. So, Jody, what makes your product different? What makes your product different from other natural products out there,
We'd
though?
say unique. We'd say unique because you know
You
it's not
see,
every day you're
because
gonna talk to a civil engineer that know curing people's scalp. Like, what makes your product unique?
Unique,
English
right?
important, right?
Okay,
So
yeah,
yes, sir.
unique compared to what's
because
outside there. Because I've heard nothing but not to say praise, but
mm,
just you even studying coming to a point where you researched. You know
yeah,
what I mean? You went and you did the work to know that you don't
yeah,
want to give me your code online. I get that. We can talk after the show. But what makes your product unique? You know, and what keeps you going? You know,
yeah. I
and the
think
beautiful part of that is you're also representing the nature isle vibe of it, right? So what makes it unique? What stands out?
because I wouldn't, because my product is always evolving. And so the formulation that I started off, let's say in 2007, it's not what it is now because I lean a lot on feedback from my customers. So if they find like maybe there's too much peppermint there or there's too much of something, I make sure that I make it suit to fit the customer's needs. So I think that's why people gravitate so much to my product. And I think
Hands-on touch.
yeah, not only the product itself, I mean, it's the customer service as well. Um, because
Yes.
I try to meet you if something goes wrong, I would try to make sure that I get you another one. How can I help? Like I am my brand, that sort of thing.
Right.
Um, and so my different hairstyles and everything, I was like a walking advertisement. And people ask me, why is your hair so nice? And because I use my products. So
Nice.
it's personal for me and I take my business really seriously. And so my feedback from my customers are, well, they have to be praised as well because they are the ones who test it out and make me know what I need to put in, what I need to take out. And so my products are dynamic in
Right.
that way. And so I think that's why they are unique. Yeah.
No, you said your product is like you are your product.
Yeah.
So, which brings me to the name JD.
Yes.
Um, how did you come up with like I believe that's your name. You know, you took it from your
It's
name,
just
right?
my initials.
Just your initials. Well,
Yeah.
you're obvious too lazy for them, or you just figure, that sounds good.
Exactly that. And my married surname starts with a D, so it just fit right
Also, that
in.
works perfectly then.
Yes.
Nice, nice.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, since that you mentioned you've been married, I guess I would take it that your husband helps you with most of your.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's the manpower of the business. I'm the pretty
Nice.
face. He's there, so I want him to hear. So, when I got pregnant in 2017, like right after Maria.
Right.
I mean, that was an experience in and of itself. And so he took over right after because of the essential oils. It is not recommended when you're pregnant to be all up in the essential oils. And
Dealing with
so
them, okay.
he took
Okay.
over. Right now, if I have to make product, I even have to ask him what's the mix. So he takes care of that. So he's really my second hand when it comes to the business. Yeah.
That's beautiful. That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
So he
That,
knows all the recipes. He knows how to make everything.
That's beautiful. And
Yeah.
he's also from Dominica, like he's
Yes,
Dominican.
he's Dominican from Granby. Yeah.
We have a Dominican powerhouse couple in the building. Not to bring your husband into the interview for a 5 minute segue, we can put him in the spotlight too. We don't mind. That's what the vibes is about. We dissecting,
Yeah.
But that's beautiful. That's a real beautiful story. And to go further in on your point, I hear you stress customer service when we
Mhm.
ask what is unique. Let me ask you, in running this for the past few years since you started, customer service, and Novelist can back me. We had a talk about this earlier on this week. When it comes to customer service, dealing back home is not always a nice story. I'm just smiling about that. Not always a nice story. So
True.
when you say customer service, just give us a little breach into, the stress that you put upon it. Because like you say, you take your feedback serious. A lot of
Mhm.
us, trust me, I'm in the entertainment business for a while. A lot of us don't do that.
Yeah. So I have an open line with my customers. You can get my number. I have a WhatsApp group. So customers can contact me at any time. If they have queries, if they have something to discuss. I also like to give back as well.
Mhm.
So I sponsor a lot of activities. I even did a promo one time for the Cancer Society. And so I want them to feel that comfortable enough that they can come to me,
Mhm.
that they can let me know if they're displeased in any way for product and that I wouldn't bash them in any way.
Mhm.
So I mean it's hard as a black woman sometimes not to not to be on the defensive when somebody gives you criticism. But
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
think this business has even taught me to just be open about everything and breathe and just see how to help. So I always have that thing about having a growth mindset.
Yeah.
And so something negative is not usually bad. It's something that you can learn from and grow and even improve your business on. So
Sure.
that's how I see it. And I try to put everything in a positive light. And so negative or not, I encourage everybody to give me feedback on my products.
Oh, that is
So yeah.
blessings. That is blessings.
Yeah, I like that attitude. That attitude. I actually think the same way too. I always tell people it's not not everybody that's smiling figure they tell you something good that it is good. You know what I mean? And the other way around as well, right? So, but
So,
sorry.
do you have any new product coming out?
Yeah, so actually, about 2 weeks ago, I partook in there's a National Development Foundation that here in Dominica, and they had a Green Innovation Summit.
Mm,
So people were invited to pitch a green idea, and so I entered and I pitched shampoo and conditioning bars. So they would eliminate the need for using plastic containers and bottles to put the shampoo and conditioner in. So that was my pitch and I won. So that should be on stream. I'm still doing a few tweaks to my formulation, but that's what I'm working on right now. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
yeah, as I actually wanted to ask you what made you want to even enter
Yeah,
into
I
that.
don't know though, because I actually had to take leave from work. I don't know. I felt good about it,
Right.
Mm.
and I was really interested in just a collaboration from the other businesses and what ideas they would have pitched as well. I mean,
Right.
they were all very good ideas. And I don't know, I really wanted, because they had a lot of mentorship as well as part of the summit. So that was really, really beneficial for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was worth it at the end of
Yeah.
the day.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very
Okay.
much.
Now that I am unfroze, I think I could actually show some of the stuff that I wanted to show earlier. Some of your
Mhm.
products actually,
Yeah.
and I think this one is probably the sheer. Yeah, that's the
Yeah. The whip shea
hair
butter.
body. No, sorry, hair and body butter. uh, this one is that's a turmeric. That's what we were talking
Yes.
about earlier, right?
Turmeric and tea. Yeah.
which I
Right.
think is just a, I don't know, that is such a, so it not only good for inside the body, it good for outside the body. I learned something here today for sure. Didn't realize turmeric was, that important
Yeah.
things
No,
for sure.
this is what grabbed my eyes.
Hmm.
Not so much, the beauty of it, but sorrel and hibiscus.
So they're
How?
actually cousins. If
Wait,
you
wait.
know how the sorrel flower looks, it's somewhat identical to the hibiscus.
Uh,
So
Oh,
it's
it opens.
yeah, they're related, and it has been used for centuries for hair care. Hibiscus water,
Right.
yeah,
Y-
sorrel as well.
That I
So
didn't know of.
yeah,
Hibiscus I used in my hair. Well, when I was younger, I used to have the dread, so
yeah,
I would
yeah,
use hibiscus.
yeah.
Sorrel, I know the drink.
Mhm.
So I was like, I was kind of interested.
Yeah, yeah. I did a lot
right.
because I really want to use like a lot of local stuff and things that people are accustomed with.
Right.
And when I did some research on it, because I know that it was related some way to the hibiscus plant. So I wanted to know, well, if the hibiscus had good properties for hair, then maybe sorrel does as well.
Right.
So I did some research on the sorrel and found out, hey, it can be used for hair care as well.
So,
Yeah.
you know what? I was telling somebody one time. I saw my mom made wine out of hibiscus.
Mm.
That
Wow.
was interesting. You didn't know that, right?
You can ask her for the recipe.
Yeah,
I
I
know
should.
people use it
Sure, man.
as tea. People drink the tea, the leaf tea.
Hmm.
Yeah, right.
Certain parts of the
Yeah,
world, it's a delicacy kind of thing, if you understand.
yeah,
Go drink them
Oh,
thing there as tea, man. I mean, all the time.
I
yeah.
didn't know that. I didn't know that. I'm learning stuff here,
Yeah.
and this is guava, and I can't make out what it is.
Passion fruit.
That's
Passion
passion
fruit,
fruit. I was just about to
Yeah.
say, I drink
and
that as liquor
okay,
boy
okay. These are
all the
two.
time.
These are two of my favorite fruits, by the way. And we're using
Mhm.
this for your hair and your skin.
Yep. So guava is very good. Guava leaf is very good for hair loss. And I didn't
Oh,
really know that until I started researching about guava. So when you just do like when you draw the leaves in hot
right.
water, you
Hmm.
can
Yeah.
use it as a hair rinse. It's very good to prevent hair loss. It strengthens the hair. It gives the hair shine. You all should read up about it.
Yeah.
I was surprised. I
Uh,
was surprised. I have guava trees right in my back, and I'm like, for true. I
True.
I knew that like when I had like bad stomach or gripes, my dad would give me like the young
the
leaves,
young ones,
true
right.
one.
Right.
Yeah. So I knew about that, but I didn't know that it was good for hair at all.
Man.
And what
Until
about the passion fruit side of it?
I think passion fruit is the same as well. The same
Okay.
as well. It helps to prevent hair loss, and I guess it's just good because of the high amount of vitamins A and C in it. So
Right.
it's good for the hair as well.
But are we talking about the passion fruit itself or the,
Yeah,
the,
passion.
the leaf?
The well, yeah, not the leaves, the
The
fruit
fruit
itself.
itself.
Yeah,
Wow. So
yeah.
Dominica is just sitting on a gold mine
I'm telling you.
and we're just letting these things go to waste.
I'm
Nice.
telling you. I mean, I cry every time I pass and I see mangoes on the floor. I'm like, so that mango's just wasted.
Oh
You know
yeah.
how much for mango butter? Like mango bag butter is like so expensive.
Right.
I mean, all these are different ideas that we can look at to create, revenue for the country. But I'm not
Mm.
the prime minister, so
But you started something that maybe people will start recognizing that and
yeah,
make the business even grow bigger and move faster, right?
yeah. Mm. Indeed.
Yeah,
So,
I applaud
so
you on.
education is a key part of my business as well. So I used to have like annual workshops
Right.
on just the science of our hair and how our hair grows. Because I think that was what was lacking, is
Hmm.
that most of the products out there were for the Caucasian hair type,
Right.
which obviously didn't work for us. So a
Hmm.
lot of people didn't know how to take care of their hair. They just knew that when you wash your hair, you grease it, and that was it. Basically, they didn't know about steaming their hair, protein treatments, when and how you should do it. So I think education was a key part of my business to let people know how they should and how properly to use the products. So
Right.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, because I grew up I grew up just knowing, hey, you wash your hair, put a Vaseline in that, and keep it moving. You
Yep.
know,
Yeah,
and I guess as I grew up older, I get to realize that these things actually is not even good for you
No,
for your
so
hair.
I don't use Vaseline at all. I don't grease my scalp. I don't grease my son's scalp, and he has a lot of hair. And
Right.
his hair is growing, his hair is moist. Because the thing is, what Vaseline is a petroleum product,
Mm-hmm.
right? Oil.
Mm-hmm.
If you put oil on water, it covers the water, it doesn't allow the water to come up through it.
Right.
So what that does is, yes, if your scalp is moisturized and you put the Vaseline on it, it would keep it moisturized for a certain time. But when that moisture runs out, it won't allow any moisture now to come in. So it makes the hair look really glossy and shiny.
Right.
After a while, it can leave your hair feeling really dry. And that can clog your scalp, the pores in your scalp. It can even exacerbate if you have like conditions like psoriasis, eczema, and dandruff, those things. If you have those conditions, it can even make it worse.
Right.
So yeah, I advise people to use like light oils on their scalp, if any. I don't use I only use my oil in my scalp, which is a mixture. Also, oh yeah, so my oil is a Zooty oil. I don't know if you all know about
Ye-
Zooty Fireman.
yes. Yes. You know what? I did a lot of stalking, okay? I was on your Facebook page
yeah,
going,
yeah. But she got me to her products, I wanted to be shy. I didn't tell her story because some of the products I've seen, don't worry, I'll be hitting you up, man. Don't worry. Like I say, recipe after the show, we go link. No
that
vex.
that actually
Yeah.
threw
Mm-hmm.
me off. I was watching. I don't know who was peeling the zooty, right? And I'm
Mhm.
looking at them. They're like, okay, what is it that they're peeling? And I was trying to trying to figure out what it was. And then I saw it said zooty, and I'm like, what? Like that's the thing that scratches your skin, no?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I got a beating from my dad because I passed it all on my brother's face at times.
Ooh.
I think I
Yeah,
saw new videos about how to take care of my hair because
yeah.
since I was 10 years old, people were taking care of my hair, not me.
Oh, yeah,
I
yeah.
got heard by other people because my hair was too much to work with.
Babe, you're in the camera shot. You
Mm,
gotta go further left.
yeah,
So
Sorry.
yeah.
so how is the zooty part used though? Because
Yeah, so a lot of people were skeptical at first. They're like,
Hmm?
Zooty on my hair?
mm-hmm,
But then there again, here comes the education that the Zooty is only like it has little, what do you call it? The stinging things that is left in your skin. It's
right,
only there when it is like alive. So when it's dry, when it's totally dry, it doesn't sting, it doesn't itch at all.
right.
And Zuti is very rich in silica, which is very, very good for hair growth.
Oh wow.
So that is why, yeah. And they use a lot of, well, it's nettle, stinging nettle. That's
Right.
the common name.
Okay.
And it's used a lot in shampoos, in conditioners, in hair serums.
Oh really?
I'm like, we have this here throwing away. When people clean their gardens, they throw it away. It's like,
Yeah, you just
you
chop
know,
that up
like,
and
Mm.
Jody, you don't
Right
want Zuti.
away,
Look,
yeah.
I have Zuti in my yard. Bring some Zuti. I'm like, yes, please. So
Okay.
people are bringing Zuti from me from all over.
nice.
Yeah, so I mean, it's using what we have. Sometimes we don't even know what we have.
Nice.
So it's really a good thing, I think, in business to research a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Just the things that you have around you, you never know how important they might be.
That is so true.
Not even you're related in terms of your health, and because the healing of the nature is right in the ground. So
Facts.
yeah, so
Facts. Yeah,
yeah.
I will say I learned a lot of I learned to appreciate a lot of things we had in Dominica that, like you say, for instance, Zuti, that you just cut it and who cares, right? When I came up here. because I see how crazy people go for crayfish, and I'm like, crayfish, we should just put you in the river and roast that. You know what I mean? Avocados is a big thing now.
Yeah,
Now even now guava is coming in, and it's like,
I've
you know
seen
what?
that. I
Yeah,
saw Kenneth in Miami. I was like, what?
yeah.
Okay.
They really, they're a big deal. I remember when I've been in Canada a very long time,
Mhm.
and I remember when I came up here, and people were saying that actually coconut oil is not good for your skin. I'm like, what are you guys
Yes,
talking
I
about?
remember.
Yeah, and
And
now coconut is the
for the
thing,
whole coconut industry in the Caribbean, yes, for them to make their profit. That's
right?
okay.
Thinking about rosemary water.
Oh, yes, rosemary is another big thing too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a big thing
yeah.
nowadays.
Because
Used to be
rosemary,
white water before.
rosemary has a lot of antiseptic properties, so it's really
Right,
good for the skin. And I remember for my dog too, for pets.
right.
So when I bathe my dog, I would like draw the water and use it as a rinse. So it keeps fleas away, it keeps pests away. I mean, rosemary is, oh, and it's very good when you bake chicken.
Wait, you put rosemary in chicken too, like
Yes,
season
so
it up,
if you bake like a whole chicken, just take a whole sprig of rosemary and then put it in there
right?
and bake the chicken. That's your homework.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm almost tempted to ask if that's her next venture, culinary art.
Ah, no, no.
Almost tempted to ask. Right? All these ideas coming out of us. So that's good.
Yeah,
That's good stuff, man. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
The research and development part too, I'm highly impressed with. I think a lot of us
yeah.
don't. You get into things, but you don't actually study,
right.
and that can make you either stagnant, which is a
Yep.
complete waste of time, and B,
Hmm.
you don't move forward at all. You think you're going somewhere, but you're not moving forward at all. So kudos
Treadmill.
to you all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing your husband is not only manpower, but he's part of that research and development part of it also.
Yes, yes. So he helps me a lot in that too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we need to
So
get
that's
you.
why I decided to further my studies because at first it only started off with me just mixing stuff, but not really knowing the science behind it. So
Right.
now that I have that background, I know, well, okay, I can't put a certain, I can't put like there's a certain
Amount.
limit,
Right.
like what they call dermal limit for different essential oils. So you
Okay.
have to know you can't put more because you can essential oils are very good, but they can be very bad as well because they cause
Right.
a lot of allergies, etc. So just that information and knowing all that right now, I feel more comfortable formulating and really owning my products.
Right.
I can sell it better because I know exactly
What's
how
in?
the different ingredients help whatever issue.
Right.
And so it's important for you to have that knowledge. And it's a science-based industry. Cosmetics is science.
Yes.
It's chemistry. I mean, I left chemistry in high school, but now it has come back. But
Chemistry paying off.
so you have to be very well versed in what you're doing. And so I found it important. I mean, I paid a hefty penny for it,
Hmm.
but I thought that that is what my business needed to move on to the next level. Yeah.
Well, you look like you're making the right moves, and it is moving in the right place.
Hopefully, yes.
Don't they?
Yeah.
I also see that, like I said, I've been doing some stalking. You have what would I say, a movement of natural women movement, right?
Yeah.
Hasn't that always been a movement? I mean, if we think back
No,
to the
well,
90s.
Not really, I mean, you'd think that being a country with 90 something
natural,
percent
right?
black people that we would love and embrace over here, but
Hmm.
no,
That's
it
not the
has
case.
been very difficult because um, I think we have been so institutionalized and have that whole Caucasian idea of beauty, the
Yes.
straight
Mentality. Yeah.
nose, the thin lips, the
Hmm.
straight hair, the wavy
Hmm.
hair, curly hair, that we haven't even taken the time to realize that our own hair is beautiful as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
And it's
Reality.
only when I really started, because the thing is, I'm kind of like a fearless person, so I would try new stuff. I'm not afraid to try new stuff and to try quirky stuff and those sort of things.
Right.
So I would have like those elaborate hairstyles that no one else would have. I would go work with an afro, which was back in the day, it was frowned upon. I mean, even at the banks, maybe less than 10 years ago, that
Hmm.
they could not come to work with an afro.
Right.
I found like appalling. I'm like, that is how our hair grows.
Yeah, that's your natural hair.
That is, I mean, there's a difference between, like they say, it's untidy and unkempt. There's a difference.
Right.
So if your hair is all over the place, no. But even now you have twist outs,
Yeah.
you have braid outs, and those look lovely as well. That is how our hair grows. We need to accept that.
Mm-hmm.
Because if a white person just has their hair, they get up in the morning, their hair is like, and they go to work, there's no issue. But we go to work with an afro and there's an issue. Why?
Yeah.
Like even now, I am, because my son has really nice thick hair.
Right.
Everybody's like, when are you cutting his hair? I'm like, if
Why?
his hair was meant to be low, God would not let it grow.
Mhm.
Just why? Oh, before he goes to school, he needs to cut his hair. I
Yeah, I
maybe
understand where
I'm
that
thinking
stigma come from.
differently, but we're still so trapped in that
Yes.
colonial world.
Yes.
Boys supposed to be knit and priests and no beards. And
Mm-hmm.
it's I can't.
That's them. That's not
No,
us.
you have
Yeah.
a point. I've studied a lot of the canonical books, I would say, from
Mm,
biblical Old Testament time, and I've come
mm,
across pictures, or you would say depictions,
mm,
of what the Hebrews would have looked like in King David's time, for example. And one of the
mm,
pictures was King David and his valiant men.
mm,
And every one of them
That's
had
true.
styles in their hair that we are
mm,
using. Well, I guess like you would say they're making more popular now. From the
mm.
half puff to the half braid to the one long braid coming down your back to everything braid to a man just have a big one puff. Like the depiction was, but you understand, I studying these things. So hearing you talk and the way it's embraced, it's almost like you say you were
Yeah.
institutionalized to forget or not love these things about yourself. You know,
Mhm.
just psychology, just
Yeah.
one-on-one playing on you. You know what I mean? Like I say, back in the day, if I had to, when I had my braids, before that was kind of acceptable for man, which
Mhm.
it's in our hair, it's in our genes, we can do that,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You get in a job, the first thing they check in is, Mr. Here boy, must be
Mhm,
a rough
mhm,
year and a
mhm.
radigan or something,
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying for sure.
So we really need to get away from that, and impress upon people that this is our hair. We can't get away from it. And so the new craze is my edges, my edges. How do I keep down my edges?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
Yeah,
wants
what's
their
that about? Can you explain that to me? Because I only hearing about them thing there on social media, and thing. I being real, you know.
so right now, right? They even have like yesterday I was
That's it.
watching
Okay.
this video. Yeah, so you make the nice little soup. So okay,
Okay.
usually baby
Growing up in
people
high
have
school, they used to call that the baby hair, no? So that is
baby
the
hair,
edges now.
but a lot of people don't have edges anymore. So they like take the hair and then they make this nice swoop to make it look like they have baby hair.
Oh,
Right.
that's what it
So
is.
right
Okay,
now,
okay.
let me tell you, China, I respect China. They jump on the bandwagon, right? So right
Quickly.
now
Hmm.
they have like tattoos. You remember those tattoos you put on your skin and put water
Yeah,
and
yeah. From
put
the
off?
bubble gum. Yeah, yeah.
So right now they have edge tattoos, right?
Oh,
So you
wow.
Get out.
yeah,
I don't
so you take
believe
a
what I'm
sponge with
hearing. Get
water
out.
and then yes, to make it
Wow.
look like you have edges.
So I
So
can go and fix up my edges anytime, eh?
You- you-
so
Yes,
edges
sir.
are in. I
wow.
mean, I think that might be my next product because everybody's asking Jody, do you make edge control? I'm like, no. So I think that's what I'm gonna do next.
Wow. I thought I didn't know what edges was. I thought, you
Yeah.
guys have to forgive me. When I hear edges, I'm thinking, okay, you trimming your hair to make it, I don't know. So,
I think in lineup.
hmm?
I
Yeah.
think
Oh,
in Baba line up with his reason. Zzz, them little sting. Aye boy, you pinch me. You checking me. So
So
that's that's wild.
the movement with the natural hair stuff, has it
mhm.
been picking up though? Like, do you have like
Definitely, yes. A lot of people, especially like the older heads now,
right?
are embracing the natural hair, like whether they wear it short or not. But a lot of people are moving now away from the relaxers. I
Yeah.
guess knowing whether there's more evidence now that they are linked to cancer,
Right.
Mm.
fibroids,
Wow.
and so a lot of people are moving away from it. Um, I have had a relaxer for 10 years, I believe.
Mm.
Yeah. Um,
Well, those
It's
things last in your hair that long?
excuse?
It lasts in your hair that long?
No,
The
not
relax.
last, but I mean, I was relaxed for 10 years. I should put
Oh,
it that.
okay, okay,
Yes,
okay.
so I had my hair relaxed for 10 years.
Oh,
And let me tell you about the burns. It burns. It's a
that's
caustic paper.
Yeah,
that's. I
Yeah.
always wonder
you don't just smile,
why do
boy.
women burn their scalp with this
Yes.
thing?
And doing research on it, there were actually women who cannot grow back their hair because they left it so long
Wow.
that it just totally burnt up their follicles. So no hair can grow out of their scalp anymore. So a lot, and then the thing is, remember the scalp is skin essentially. You have
Yes.
blood follicles running through there. So all those chemicals can enter your
Your
skin,
body.
Right.
and
Skin.
your body can be affected negatively from that. So a lot of people are moving away from it and sort of embracing the natural hair. But then the trouble comes when they go natural and then they don't know what to do. And so that's when I come in
Nice.
and try to help them. But then it's like a double whammy because they go away from the relaxer and then they try to cover up their natural hair now with braids and weaves,
And
and
we've
they
right.
put so much, like, I mean, you can put braids. It can be a protective style for your
Right.
natural hair if you just want to give your hair a little break from all the manipulation and the combing, but you have to know how to do it properly. But a
Right.
lot of people, they put the braids so tight. Like
Oh.
I see some girls, like they put it so tight, they end up looking like a Chinese because
Yeah, yeah,
all
yeah. It's so true.
their
So
skin
true.
is pulled back.
Yeah.
And a lot of people know, a lot of people are suffering from like what you call traction alopecia. The hair starts pulling out, all well, the edges that they want so much start
Yes.
eating up because
Going back. Yeah.
that part of your hair, the
Right.
hair is a little weaker.
Hmm.
So the hair starts eating up. So when the hair starts eating up right now, they have to try and cover it. They go and put more braids or they go and put more weaves. So, yeah, so I'm trying to educate people on how to properly take care of the natural hair
Right.
and trying to make them, because is there still a notion that natural hair is not as beautiful as
Hmm.
if you have a weave. It's still there. It mightn't be as prevalent as before, but it's
Mhm.
still there.
Yep.
A lot of people think that they look more beautiful with weaves and with extensions on than their natural hair.
And things you're
So,
saying to us right now without cutting you off, these are part of your workshops that you mentioned earlier that
yes,
when you
yes.
put these on, right?
Mhm, mhm. I haven't had
Um,
them in a while because Maria came, Erica came,
yeah.
and everything was just put off. But yeah, so I've had a few YouTube lives,
Right.
just educating people on how to take care of your hair. Our hair is our beauty. Our hair is beautiful. I have a friend. She just cut off all her hair again, and she's as beautiful as with hair. And
Mhm.
that's what we need to realize, that beauty is not about long hair. And I think like people don't know we're still. I don't like to say that, but mentally enslaved.
Put these on. Mhm.
Yeah, it's still there because there's like subliminal messages on the TV with the long hair, and
Hmm.
so we still think that that is
Not fully
what
there.
beauty is. That's what beauty is, but it's not. My nose is big and I'm beautiful. So,
So is mine.
you see,
I,
but we're so stuck. We're still stuck, I believe. Yeah.
Right.
I think it's not only women that is stuck in that kind of
It's all
mentality.
of us. Yes, all of us.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because I've heard from men before that they
Mm-hmm.
say, "Oh, you guys are all fake. Black girls have fake hair,
Uh-huh.
and your hair is nappy. You should wear not be natural and such." But you gonna get the struggle of taking care of your hair every day. I mean,
Yes,
they do
yes.
know, but they don't want to accept it, and they just degrade us for
Mm-hmm,
that
mm-hmm.
reason.
That's true.
I don't know.
My
That's true.
apologies. I want to go on record as a man before I reach a certain age in my life and admit that I was one of those idiots. So I apologize to all the ladies out there watching right now. You know, and fellas, get educated because for the past almost an hour, I have been educated. I have to go and look up some things for myself. I know, I can't even laugh about. Let me sip my water. Is that
I am
novelist
I
on
am
for you?
I am one. I'm so happy that you're here with us today because it's not
Yeah.
even an hour yet, and I have so much. I've learned from you, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I just want to say that I'm always like natural everything. Natural women. I don't like the perm and those things. It's
Mm-hmm.
never been my thing, right? I don't want to bash women in any way, but to me, when a woman put a weave or those type of things on her head, and she looks at herself in the mirror, to me, you're not seeing yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You're just seeing an image that they already portrayed in your head. That's
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
just my way, right? So I'm totally 100 with the natural stuff. So you guys definitely check out the website. Check her out on Facebook. I'll put back the link there so you guys could
Very
do that.
customer service oriented, like a thousand
Yes.
percent.
Yes.
Check it out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with everything growing, would you say like maybe in the near future or later down in the future that your business could grow to the point where you actually have employees and stuff
Oh
like that?
yes, pretty soon because so I received a grant from Caribbean Expo, and I think that was some funding thing that they had with Caribbean Development Bank and the EU. So I'm using that to so when I built like my entire downstairs as my manufacturing space. So
Right.
very soon, maybe in a few weeks, we should be moving along and getting it organized, getting my equipment. So now I can actually have more room because I'm still doing this out of my mom's kitchen.
Right.
So I'll have more room to employ people to distribute, to actually label, to put product in bottles, that sort of thing. I'm not as comfortable yet having them all up in my recipes,
Right.
Yeah.
but for now, I'll have a few extra hands that can make like work a little lighter for me. Yeah,
Most definitely.
yeah,
We look forward to like just watching you blossom from where you are even bigger
yeah.
because this is
Supporting you too, because I
yeah,
getting
so
older and my
definitely.
elbows need some.
Yeah.
Fellas outside here don't play shy, like we just get older and things just happen. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
you gotta grease them
I want
elbows
some
and the
cocoa, yeah,
knees.
man. You know what I mean?
You're also a motivational speaker. I
Yes,
seen you did something. I want to say, was it St. Martin School? Was that St.
yes.
Martin School?
Last week before, yeah.
It's somewhere I
So
think around the 7th or somewhere like that.
yeah, I was a featured speaker for them. I actually taught there for a year
Oh yeah,
after I
right.
finished
Okay.
university. Yeah,
What
yeah.
did you
So they
teach there?
invited
When
me.
we just asked, was it civil engineering? Or?
No, French and maths. Yeah,
Right.
Wow.
yeah. Because I actually started university in New Brunswick in Canada in
Okay.
Moncton.
Hmm.
You did what? Sorry?
No, I was doing it in French
Hmm.
in New
Sure.
Brunswick.
In New Brunswick.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Moncton, it's a little small town.
Moncton in New Brunswick. This is, folks,
Yes.
I hope all you hearing after this interview, I go in and start my life.
I started there, but I really couldn't take on the French. I mean, think of engineering. Engineering already is hard to do it
Right.
in French.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so then I went on to UE, University of the West Indies in Trinidad. So
Okay.
that's where I completed my degree. Yeah.
And
Congrats. I don't know. I mean, maybe I 20 years late, but congrats. That's
Jody, is there anything you haven't done, or
jumped out of a plane.
is
I
there?
would I would never try that
Okay.
because
You
I
have a
saw
limit.
video and the man parachute being open. No,
Oh,
not at all. No.
I mean, a triangle
Adventurous,
compared.
but not so much.
Something more on the line of a zip line, maybe.
Yeah,
Mm,
I've done that. I've done zip lining, yeah, but not
nice.
jumping out of a plane. I wouldn't.
But okay, as
Nice.
far as business, is there
Yeah.
something that because okay, like I said, you're into a lot of different things.
Mhm.
Is there something that you probably have in the back of your mind that you would like to tackle, maybe later on that you haven't?
I'm looking into like agro processing. I have
Agri
some ideas for agro processing.
what's that? Sorry.
I don't want
Okay. Well, all right.
to
Okay.
bad, but
That's a different show. We have to invite you back for
yes,
season two. End of season two, next
yeah.
year, same time, same place. We have you. Okay.
Yeah, so I've been thinking of, well, my business sort of in a way is agro processing because I use herbs and
Oh,
different things. So
right,
I make my own extracts. I do my hibiscus extract. I make turmeric extract.
right.
So I'm already doing that, but I'm thinking of doing it maybe on a larger scale.
Oh, so just like
Okay.
Yeah.
an extension to what you're already doing.
Yeah, and then my lock friends are like, "What about dreadlocks? You're leaving us out." So
Yes. 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 That's a
So
good question.
I'm thinking of doing a line. Well, I already have products catered, like the black soap shampoo. A lot of them use it on their locks.
Right.
Um, the shea butter as well, because my husband has locks for
Mm-hmm.
about 6 years, 6, 7 years, and he uses a shea butter. He uses my oil. He uses a shampoo. That's what he uses as
Right.
his care regime. So, but I'm looking to do a few more specialized products for dreads. Yeah. So I'm actually
Nice.
doing my dreads now.
You know, I actually thought you had dreads before. Like the first
No.
picture I seen of you, I think
Yeah.
you're the well, it's on your WhatsApp,
Mm-hmm.
and I thought you had dreads.
Well, I
Until
only started it in December last year.
okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
okay, so it hasn't like fully locked yet. It's
No.
still, yeah, I know the process. I just wish I could do it again, but you know,
But I'm not, it's not going on me.
it's not going on you.
Nah.
What do you mean?
I'm ready to
Like
undo it.
why?
Because I have this condition, right? I have
You
it's called
wanna do?
HIH, it's called
Mm,
hand in hair
mm,
syndrome.
I
So
know.
I'm always in my hair plaiting it and plaiting it. And I cannot do that with locks.
Can I tell you something? I was the same way. I actually grew dreads. I think 4 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Think it
Um.
was 4 times, man.
hmm?
It was 4 times.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And they all were like right down over my butt. All of them. The first time I grew it, I was wearing what we call back home the Rasta man hat, the one with the pick
Yeah,
on
yeah.
there, and I would not take that out for anything because my lock would dread in the edge and the like the middle of my hair is
Uh-huh.
just my hair. Or it would
Mm-hmm.
lock in the middle and the edge is just all flurry. So it's like, oh my goodness. And I would be just twisting. I went Jomo, I don't know if you heard of Jomo. I actually went to Jomo, like, boy, cut my hair. No, and I'm not cutting your hair. You have to have patience. And like I just couldn't take it, man. And then eventually it started and it's like, this is cool. And
Yeah.
I was able to grow locks like 3 times after that without that issue I had at first. So
Yeah.
just bear patience, man. Yep.
I don't know.
You have to bear patience with the customers you have,
Yeah.
right? So you can do it for here.
Yeah. But like I'm more like with my loose hair, I'm more creative.
Right.
I
Yeah.
Yeah,
can do these fancy hairstyles. But locks is a bit restrictive, I find.
I understand that too.
Yeah. But even now, you have a lot of. I am fully trying to convince you to do your locks, eh? But you know, all this they have all these different styles. I see women doing with locks now.
Yeah.
It's not like before, right? Where you just
Yeah, that's
leave
true.
it. So,
That's true.
well, hopefully you don't change your mind and you keep the locks going.
Yeah.
It's more about the options.
Was that?
I think she's more about the options you can do with your hairstyle.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So I
It's a
can
freedom
straighten
of
it
choice.
out if I want to. I can curl it if I want to.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you can
So
decide to put like little things to make your hair more your curls more defined.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
um,
I understand that I'm someone that used to change her hair every 2 weeks, so
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
stay with
Okay.
one style for too long, and I'm like, oh no, that's it. That's it for me.
Okay.
So Jody, before we let you go, we spoke about the natural hair stuff. You also have I guess, what a woman's clothing line, is it?
Yeah, so I have
Yes.
not women's, anybody,
Okay.
children, men. So I have
My
Belle.
apologies. I paid
Yeah.
attention to the women's line.
Oh,
You know, I mean, with this coming up in the summer, I have to prep myself. So, I go
so
hit you up for sure.
Belle Moon Dominic. So I have a
Right.
Belle Femme Dominic, that's
Yeah.
the women. Then I
Hmm.
have a Belle Boog Dominic, that's for the
Right.
men. And Belle Tiffy is for the little girls.
Okay.
You do your own designs.
Well, yeah. So the concept came in my head, and I guess I got somebody to draw it for me and design it, and then yeah.
And you put it
I
on.
was supposed to have more pictures than this, but because
Oh,
this I love
I
this.
love this.
Like the
yeah.
I tell you, I
logo,
was
this
paying attention.
So a lot of people don't
Paying attention.
realize that it's Dominica.
the
So
Dominica
yeah,
map, and
yeah,
you
yes,
know when I first started, I was like, okay, this is good, but I didn't realize it was
Nobody
the
keep
DA
looking
the
map
Dominican
properly.
map,
until
yeah,
I
Yeah.
started. Like I don't know where the rest of them went, but I downloaded a whole bunch of them. I was like, wait, that's the Dominican map. He was
yeah,
actually showing better on a white shirt I saw, and I loved it.
yeah.
So man, this
Very
is
unique.
good stuff. So um we have your link there for everybody. We want to thank you so much for joining us this
Thank
evening.
I don't
you.
want you to go, really. I'm not being selfish. I know you have to get back to your family and thing, tell you how be blessed
Yeah.
up and thing, but right now, if any of like your online virtual and I don't know how to put it. I've learned too much. I think I've learned too much.
Yeah,
But
you do
you're
online
very inspiring. Your online stuff
indeed.
compared to your, I guess, in person, right? But
Mhm.
if any young person is picking up, I'm pretty sure that you've inspired them to take a further step and go for themselves. You definitely inspired me for sure.
Mhm. Great,
Mhm.
great.
So
Congrats to you all, and I hope you all keep it up. I hope
Yeah.
to
Thank
see
you.
all you on. If all you don't reach the stock trade, don't worry, you always have my support. Yeah, there's always start with one of us, right? So if one of
Yeah,
us
yeah,
turn
yeah,
into 89,000 of us, we there with you. So
yeah.
that's good stuff. I really want to congratulate you all,
Thank
for
you.
sure.
And that's
Well,
another thing. I think a lot of Dominicans are really supportive when it comes to like local business.
right.
mhm.
So I'm very thankful for that as well. Yeah.
Yeah. I you know what? I can agree with you on that. We already we only did like 4 or 5 entrepreneur shows,
Mm.
and I didn't even know like there was so much people from Dominica that's doing businesses like their own stuff.
Mm.
And
Yeah.
the amount of people I've heard that supports this one and support that one, like even like I know a couple that uh they support a Dominican company every month, so every month they get
Oh,
a different person to support as
okay.
Dominican,
Nice.
and that is pretty dope. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm actually trying to follow their footsteps, but
Okay.
I don't have their kind of money, but
Yeah.
but I'm trying to keep up, right? So
Nice.
hopefully, we do get more people like you to come and educate people like us,
Yeah.
and motivate our island, because
Mm-hmm.
like I said earlier, I think we're like just watching you. I think we're sitting on like on a gold mine.
Yeah.
Zoot. I'm still baffled by Zooty. You could use Zooty apart from scratching your skin. That you know. So that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
So again, thank you for coming. I hope we could get you here with us next season, and then we could talk a little bit more about your new business that we, we're not getting
Yeah.
into right now.
We're gonna answer your new
Your
ventures.
new
Sound
Yes,
like
ventures,
you have
yes.
a new venture as you end that interview. So for
Mm-hmm.
sure, keep it up, and I love your positive energy. Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of us need
Thank
more
you.
of that, especially in these
thanks.
times. Keep it
Mm-hmm.
up, keep it going, and God bless. Let nobody make you turn back around and forget nothing.
I
You
know.
tell them watch Dissect. I put everything there for them to know how it going with the people. 767, everybody else to the world.
You
So
always with you coming here, it makes me want to keep going and growing my hair back. I mean, I'm usually cutting my hair every now and then, so
Okay.
makes me want to actually keep growing and grow it all the way to my back at least.
I was trying to convince her earlier to check out some of your products too, to order
Yeah,
Ah,
some of your
nice.
products.
I'm trying
But
something new right now,
yeah,
so
she told me
I I
she have
need
to
to
wait
at least
six
get 6
months.
months before I
Yeah.
jump into something else.
Nice, nice.
So
Yeah.
hopefully we encourage the viewers to check out your stuff.
Yeah.
Keep supporting local.
reach out to JD's. It's
Indeed.
unique,
Yeah.
partner. Like lightning
And,
and thunder, it's unique.
and big up to your hubby too, like
Yes.
who's been helping you with this so far. So um yeah, thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Thank you. I really enjoy the show.
They
I
come back
re-
again, we serious.
Anytime. Yeah. No
Next
problem.
year, same date, same time, we have you. Just call
No
Novelist
problem.
when you're ready. We'll work it out.
That's fine.
Facts. We will definitely be in
For
touch.
sure.
We'll
Yeah.
definitely talk to
Great.
you soon.
Mhm.
All right. Of
Okay. Bye.
bye. Of course,
Wow,
that was
partner.
Miss
Wow.
Jody Dublin. Man, she's amazing. I
Yeah,
learned
man.
I learned a lot of stuff tonight, bro.
I don't
Me
do nothing in life
too.
yet, partner.
You do what? You don't do nothing
I
in
don't do
life,
nothing in life
yo,
yet.
bro. You know what?
Education is freedom. I read that on a bumper sticker, and a lot of
Fact.
things she said here from when she started to when she finished. She didn't go and educate herself or push herself further, especially with the research and development part. I was like, what? My partner, I sit down there checking, like, I ain't do
No,
nothing yet. I about to go and start living just now.
I'm glad that now there's more stuff out there for us with
Right.
life care and such
Hmm.
because before all you could get was all these. If you search for braids online, you think you're gonna find some black women doing braids. No, you find French braids,
Yeah.
mermaid
True,
tail. How can her pull that up? It's
true.
impossible.
You're right, you know. You're right.
Hmm.
In fact, to highlight some of the ingredients she was using, I wouldn't even think these things would even for
Bro.
like your hair or your skin or
But you know,
passion fruit. I was like, what?
see look how simple she started a business.
Yeah,
You know, she's out there
yeah.
doing her thing. Man, I gotta take care of my hair as a woman.
Out of a
And
need. Yeah.
out of a need,
A
right?
simple need. Yeah.
And just using the stuff around you.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Hmm.
It's that simple, folks. It's that
Yeah.
simple. So of course, yeah, man, bigger up for coming through with us, and we're definitely gonna get her later on in next season sometime,
Hmm.
and
It's the
get
last
some
show,
more
you know. Big
education.
fellas, check
Is
out
the last
JD's
is the last show?
elbows.
Yeah, it's the last show. We're not coming back next week.
Elbows. Make sure you grease all your elbows until the next season come, eh? And
Elbows
all
and
your
knees.
kneecaps too. All your kneecaps. 'Cause all of
Elbows and
us,
knees.
I'll even go further. Some of us have ashy ankle, but I'll leave that alone.
Gosh.
Okay. You
So
know, but it's been a beautiful season of dissect so far.
speaking of the season of dissect, I wanna I wanna reflect a little bit, maybe for like a 5-10 minutes on the past shows that we had.
Hmm.
Um it's it's too bad that Giovanni couldn't be with us tonight. If you guys watched last week, then you guys know why. But I would definitely want to thank some of the past guests we had. I gotta say, thank first of all the management and staff of TDN Network. I gotta thank Sam for actually coming on to the show twice. you know, um,
Sam.
you know, calling Sam last minute and say, "Hey, let's go on the air for the first show." And he's like, "Okay, cool. What are we gonna talk about?" And we say, "All right, let's just do Calypso." That was
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah.
I don't get that much people around me like that, so that's why when I hear people who have their own businesses that is driven, and they don't care what you do or what you say, they're gonna do what they want. I love meeting people like that, and I've
Mhm,
met a lot of you guys like that in Dissect, right?
mhm.
I'm that type of person. I sit there, Kaza could tell you. I'll think of something. I say, boy, Kaza, I really thinking of inventing a hot dog. And then I come Kaza, boy, they're thinking about that hot dog. And then I'll just get up one day and just decide, boom, I'm gonna do it. I have no idea what I'm going into, but I'm that type of person, right? Kind of like Miss Dublin there for a second. You just do
So,
it. So
yeah.
thank you, Sam, for that. I gotta thank RSB. You know what I mean? Gotta thank
RSB was a fun interview. That was a
that,
fun, and both interviews, two different parts, were two
yes.
different tale of the day, you
Yes.
know?
Yes.
Yeah, that was fun. That
That
was
was
fun.
fun. So we got to thank Jopi for coming through. You know what I mean? Of course, the man Kofi and the
Yeah,
man Maxime for, giving us their time and, giving us a little history on RSB. You know what I mean?
yeah, man.
That was definitely fun. Got to thank Derek Rapides as well.
Yeah,
We got a little bit of his history. We had a little trouble with
and
the
for them,
audio, but definitely got what we would say, the King of Booyah here with
yeah,
us. And
his son too. I was really impressed
yes,
by
oh,
Ajmal's interviews.
Admiral.
He blew me
Oh,
away, man. Ajmal, if you're watching, you didn't know I was watching, but I was watching.
yeah,
Bless
definitely,
up, eh?
definitely big up that
Yeah,
man.
I was impressed by your work ethic, bro. Keep
Of
it up. Keep
course,
it up. Yeah, man.
I remembered, the first show when he came around, it was just like,
Hmm.
man, this kid is again people that's driven, and they won't let you hold them back. Right? I mean, so big up Ajmal on that, and big up to his entire unit that he brought the second time.
That
The
was
man,
nice. Yeah.
yeah, the man Coco Tet, and so many more. Like I don't even want to start mentioning the names I'm gonna forget, but I want to thank each and every one of you guys for making Dissect possible. You know what I mean? Cannot forget Effects. That was a piece of history with Effects. No, that was a
Yeah,
piece of
man. Just
history.
just saying their name, I'm laughing because I remember the conversations we were having with them. Yeah, man.
Right.
Satan, big up. You don't know. You don't know.
Of course, and the
Yeah,
man
man.
Daddy Philo, you have to big him up as well,
All the
right?
time. All the
So
time. Yeah, man.
you definitely got to thank
Mhm.
Effects for coming through, and man, so many other people. The man Old Benz, he came through. That was nice.
That was nice.
Yeah, me and Benz have history going back to like childhood days. So it was just even nice just sitting there and just conversing with him was properly. The man Cabral, aka Sky Dimex. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Clocker's family, that's my
yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Gotta thank him for coming through as well. Markel John, CR, the man Carlton Roberts,
Carlton Roberts.
from St. Lucia, gotta big him up for coming through. The man Doggy Slaughter, gotta big him up. Man, we
Doggy
had a lot.
Slaughter was jokes. Doggy
Yeah,
Slaughter was
Doggy
jokes.
Slaughter.
I took in that one and
Yeah,
he
that was
just
entertaining.
you could have just let him talk the whole interview. He just lead you where you want to go, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he
he
was
was
jokes.
definitely having fun.
Yeah, he was having
Um,
fun.
Ebony Empress, she
Yeah.
joined us as well.
That
And
same interview. Was it that same interview? Or was
yes,
that I'm
yes.
mixing it up with something else?
No, that was the same interview that
Okay.
with Doggy Slaughter.
Okay.
So big up Ebony Empress for coming through.
Coming through, yeah.
You know what I mean? Miss Leslie. What
Hmm.
was the name of the song? African Child. That was she was amazing too. So big her up. Man, we had so many guests, guys. I can't believe we had so many guests. This is
Hmm.
crazy. There's still more on the list.
Any one of you all have a favorite that or a favorite moment you remember from the
A
past
favorite
few
moment.
months? Yeah.
I had a few favorite moments. I had quite a few favorite moments. The interview with uh Carlton and Kells.
Yeah.
That one stands out to me a lot because I know Kells, like we started this whole Booyah journey together, right?
Nice, nice.
And it's funny how you're working with somebody and the person. I could tell you, yeah, man, Kelsey, I could tell you this and that, and I'll be on point with it. And you could still learn more from that person when you interviewing that person. It was like that was just like, whoa, wait, you
Yeah.
still have more history,
Yeah, his
you know,
history is real deep.
So
Deep.
that definitely stood out to me. The effects one stood out. RSB definitely stood out. With effects, there was a lot of moments where I was like, "Whoa, oh, really? That happened?" Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Those type of things. So in every different show, it's not to say that I had a favorite show because
Mhm.
all the shows were amazing.
Mhm.
When all the shows, I definitely learned something from every guest we ever had on Dissect,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So to say that I had a favorite show, I probably wouldn't say that, but I had favorite moments that I could
Yes,
probably
sir.
choose from different shows, right?
Yes, sir.
So, what about you? You had any moment that stick out for you apart from RSV?
You want to know something? I'm gonna put last week's show in my top five. See the two of
last
y'all laughing.
last
I'm
week
gonna
was
put that in my top five for sure.
last week was entertaining.
Well,
Last
and
week.
you want to know something? Looking at that show and listening to the young woman speak,
Hmm.
there
Which
was
one? Um.
what was her name? She owned her own the own DJ business.
Oh, hypeness, DJ hypeness.
I was really proud of her, man.
Oh yeah, bro. I'm telling you, this
The
was
way
it.
she climbed, having your own little like network going, like
Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
way it's
yeah,
supposed to be,
yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
I mean, if we were just talking about that there with the previous guest, right? Like
Hmm.
unity is a lot,
Yeah.
when you're doing what you're doing, right? Your own kind supporting you and them things they count, right?
Right.
And in her case, it wasn't even like per se, it was like Dominican for Dominican or African for African. It was like, yo, I gotta get my lady friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, yo, so
Yeah. That
that is a
that
hustle mentality. Like,
that is dope.
yeah.
You can't even fight that she has a all woman radio station.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
if she listening now and you ever want to invite Kaza out just for Kaza, yeah, them kind of thing, I like to
You have to,
support them positive
you have
thing
to have
there.
a high pitched voice for that, cause you have to go. Was it my name? Mariah Carey pitch, for them thing. 'Cause,
No, 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 we know in all that.
yeah.
You
So,
need a little bass in your MC now and then, so just
so,
talk to
so why you want to be the first man? Yeah, the first lady. You want to be the first man.
Why not? But it's very important to hear her say like she have other like DJs and Dominican friends that is DJs in the business in the city with her, and they would
Right.
just not book her. So I
Yeah.
put that last show there last week in one of my top five. It's inspiring to hear these things come out
Hmm.
from the minds that are actually doing it, and then to see the success come from it. So
Right.
I applaud you. I applaud you, hypeness for sure. For sure.
Most definitely. But you know what gets me? Like I said, the last maybe the last 4 or 5 shows, and it was we had a lot of female guests for the last few shows, right?
Hmm.
And what gets me is that all these women that we've brought on here, Hypeness, Miss Carrie Ann Joseph,
Yeah.
even Jody Dublin, um, Kimi, like the list goes on. They all have more than one business that they're involved in.
Networking.
Yes,
You know.
and that to me it's amazing, but I cannot help feel um I guess weird about it because where we have men that are probably not on the show that we just talk to,
Mhm.
and they're just good with their 9 to 5, and that's it.
Yeah, fellas, pay attention.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The ladies taking lead, fellas. That women rights and independence. Yeah, they gone with it, man. You guys need to catch up.
Ah, just stay here. Okay. Yeah,
I
Oh,
just stay here
mean,
and just say hi to the people. It's the final show for Dissect. You're gonna
sure,
just be running around all
she's
over
on
here.
the
You might as
line.
well
It's like
just stay here. Yeah.
mine wants to come in, and I can hear balling from the outside.
Yeah. So she might
So,
as well just,
uh,
hello
she,
world. There you go.
yeah,
Right?
why not?
Right.
Hi.
Right.
What was your best moment? Was today your best moment?
oh, I like every part of the.
Oh, Nika, I wasn't talking to you, Nika. I
Oh,
wasn't
I'm
talking to
pretty
you.
sure I wasn't.
Um,
That today is not me. It's not about me. It's
no,
about
I'm talking.
her.
Hey, this is the future of dissect. Okay,
Yes,
Nika, I
right
wasn't talking
there.
to you. But no, Nika, what was
Journalism.
one of your favorite moments of dissect?
Yeah, before we go, let's hear what was one of your favorite moments for sure.
I don't really have a favorite moment, but I would
Mhm.
say that I like all the moments where we just go with the flow and we just forget about the time because I
Right.
feel like this is like the best way
Yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
that we
Some of
could
those
demonstrate how I
I would
mean
say most of the interviews this
yeah
season felt like people just got to tell their stories, and I think that was very important in setting that tone for what it's about. Yeah.
Right. That's
we have
definitely.
learned a lot from every one of our
Okay.
guests,
Okay.
Mhm.
and when we lose ourselves in learning about them, it's like my favorite moment.
Right.
Those
Yeah,
Yes.
moments I
the
enjoy the
organic part of it.
Hmm.
yes.
Yeah,
You're having a conversation more or less than it feeling like a
like an
bogged down
interview.
interview where I'm just
Yes.
bombarding you with questions. I
Yes.
think that is a big highlight for the season. People were actually able to just tell their stories from their roots.
Right.
Exactly.
And I mean, whether it's an interview, whether if it's a conversation, I mean, that's what it should be about. Your guests. It shouldn't be about you and what you do. I mean, you could tell your story on your own time, right?
Mhm.
So, that's what I liked about it too. A lot of the stuff in the beginning was organic. It wasn't like written questions. We were just flowing. You know what I mean? You ask one question and lead into something else, and you know. But as the show progressed, we had to eventually start writing questions, because then you have, it wasn't just it wasn't just music anymore. I
Yeah.
could sit down here and ask a million questions about music, because I know different things and different types of music, right? Like all of us do, right? So that makes that an easy conversation. But when you get into like hair products, you get into like the printing shops, you get into the dancing, and all this other stuff, then the questions become a little bit more technical.
Um, he hit it on the head, and I think in a coming out of a year where everybody was sitting at home most of the
Hmm.
time, the show was perfect for a lot of reasons, and a lot of the topics were various.
Right.
It didn't stay one place, and I think that
No.
had a lot to do with keeping the balance in from between guest to guest.
Hmm.
You know what I
Facts.
mean? So I looking forward to second season and saying got maybe more compelling stories.
Speaking
You know,
of second season,
more
man,
compelling jokes. I don't know. You know.
I, you never really know how things are gonna play out, because, but you always have your plan.
Mhm.
I mean, dissect wasn't a plan, like everybody just get up and we
It was
just,
just a conversation. It started
and
from a
then it
conversation. Yeah.
turned into this.
Yeah.
But we actually going into next year with a plan. And bro, the plan that I'm not gonna say anything about it, but the
Why
plan that
not? The
sits,
people and them deserve a
no,
tease. I
because
mean, Disney
be,
Plus doing it all the time. Look,
okay,
teaser the new.
put it okay, since you put it that
Look,
way,
give the people and them a 20 seconds. That's what we call
okay,
tease.
okay, since you put it that way,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say for the first two of no, the first 3 or 4 shows,
Hmm.
we're talking about bridging gaps. That's the most I can say about it. We're really talking about like bridge, and when I tell we're bridging, we're not bridging from 1990 to 2000, bro. We're bridging. We're going back, and
Hmm.
we're coming all the way forward.
Hmm.
So, and in many different ways too. When I say that, you know, we're talking about artists.
Nasty Fountain.
We're talking about Dominican artists, male artists. We're gonna have that, and then we're gonna have female artist sides of things as well.
All right.
Not
All
just
right.
not just artists. It's gonna be different, just pretty much like what we did
Yeah. We
this year,
want some
but
playwrights in here.
on a higher scale.
What do you
On a
mean?
higher scale,
Hmm.
because I want me to spill, and novelists don't do that. I don't like to make
And
mess. So
I just asking him to give Oliver a tease.
no,
You know
no.
what?
You
Spell
don't.
the first.
You,
Just give them the first
Yeah.
5 letters of the first name. Don't even give them the name. Let them guess.
the first 5 letters:
Just give them SPI. They can figure it
D
out. They'll have to.
DISSEC. That's five, or is that more? That's more than five, right?
Yes,
I give
yes,
them a
yes,
bonus. I give them
yes.
six.
Just add the T, man. Forget you.
Yeah, no, we'll hold it. We'll hold it for later. We'll hold it for later.
Hey.
That's too much.
And
But
big up to all the supporters out there before we leave. Big up
oh
to all of
yes,
you all in the background that keep texting about the show and keep talking novelists' ear off. For once, I can take a break. Nobody do have to call me. Cause I dare do. You checking me? So,
you
big up
know,
to all you for giving him the calls and the support. 'Cause as you can see,
most
everything nice.
definitely
We
that,
balance.
like
Yes.
each every one of you guys that ever watched the program, the ones that shared program, or even just talk about the program, gave me the criticism of the program. I welcome them. Like Miss Dublin was saying earlier, it's not everything that's negative that you take negative. So I am a type of person, when I put out anything, right? Whether it's me by myself, or me and Islands Therapy, or me and Dissect Family, anything we put out, I embrace the negative side of it. Why? Because I want the product to be better, right? So
Reality.
if you tell me it good, I
Yeah.
like it that way, then there's nothing for me to improve, because it's good,
The
right?
quality.
But that's
Quality.
only you telling me it's good. What about the other people I'm not hearing from, right? So I like the negative side of anything. I dissect things for myself on my own time, and I will take your negative for negative if that's how it comes to me, or I will take the positive from it, right?
Yeah.
So I appreciate everyone opinion. I appreciate everyone's help. Um, the people who played the background role, uh, thank you guys. Mr. Nigel Corriett played a big part in Dissect.
IG.
Um, the man Ace, Rigger Ace, Adrian Martin. He played a big role in Dissect. The man Kaza, I can call him by his government name, but he played a big role in Dissect as well. Sam Judge played a big role in Dissect for even giving us
No,
a
that is a
platform.
government name. Come on, all the
Eh,
man business
eh,
outside. Sam, big up yourself, Mr.
Everybody
Josh.
knows Sam as Sam, you know,
You know, there's
Yeah,
a word for that, what you were describing earlier.
which
yeah.
one?
Constructive criticism.
You're right. And that's
Thank you,
welcome
thank you.
anytime. Anytime.
Yeah,
The man Giovanni, CEO, however you choose to call him,
man,
gotta
respect,
thank him,
you know.
gotta big him up. Um, he's one of those guys when, you know, like I said, I made that phone call and he's like, yeah, dog, let's go. You know what I mean? So I like for me to sit here and big up everybody and don't big him up, that would not be right. You know,
True.
circumstances happens, things happen. He chose not to end the show with us. That's on him. His decision. But I'm gonna big him up anyway. I'm gonna thank him anyway. He sat there with me from day one. I don't think he ever missed the show. Um,
No, you didn't. No, no.
you know, we're all in support of whatever it is that you're gonna do. Um, Nobody's bashing you here. Um, so I wish you the best, my brother, and that's about it. Nika, I thank
Yes,
you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed the time with us. I hope you learned from us, and I hope you come back with us next season, like
here I am.
the plan is, right?
Yes,
Kaza, same goes to you, my brother. You know,
Hey,
and I
man,
have
I
to,
can take care of my edges, Don't worry about
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Books, how do
make,
you know,
hey, make sure your
Kaza?
edge is good for next season, Kaza.
Say, no, we're doing it, we properly, we in the business, no, we don't have to worry about that. All the thank all for me, for having me here, in presence of all your honor. Yes, I.
That's about it. So, on behalf of TDN, Islands Therapy,
Mm-hmm.
my family, and everybody else, I guess we'll see you guys in the fall time, man.
Come on.
You guys have a blessed summer,
Mm-hmm.
a blessed life.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy, and we'll see you guys in the future. Good night.
good night.